Hi guys, it's me again. We're back again, and that's all that matters. What I'm doing right now is actually something quite helpful for my sister. I am helping her put the cupboards up in her little studio thing. But I have to get some stuff before I get in there because it is bloody freezing, mate. Okay, so we're just in here helping my sister out. And a fun little fact, she records this way a lot, which is quite funny, because if you turn around, you would actually see a punching bag, which is quite funny. The only reason it's here is because, well, this is technically a shared space, and so I thought I would contribute something very practical, which I think is pretty cool because it goes a lot well with the rest of the place. Oh, it's a nice studio. And the boom! Oh yeah, okay. This is some serious business. Oh, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Boom! Oh! Okay, so what we're doing is basically, I know it's really echoey in here, which is going to vastly affect the audio, but that's fine. We're just going to put the cabinets there with the brackets, because the brackets are just, we don't really have the original brackets. We kind of just have the, well, we don't have the actual ones, so we have to kind of use these ones, which I actually know are going to work, but fingers crossed. If this goes wrong, Amani, please don't kill me.
Why don't you smile?
Okay, so we've just done these two. This one, oh my god, this scared the hell out of me. Because we had to do the side brackets on that one, and every time we tried to put them on, they just kept falling. So that was bloody terrifying. But yeah, inside cupboards, done and dusted. Except that one. So, Bunny, what do you think of our progress?
Can't bloody reach the things.
What do you mean you can't reach
Well, you
it?
need to grow up.
Yeah, but you can still. Wait, but the thing is, it's the same height as that one, though. To be fair,
Is it?
it's the same exact height.
It's exactly.
This is lower.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's the same height.
It's fine though. It's actually fine.
We tried our best, Amani. Give me a wallet. Yeah. So yeah, hi guys, Dylan Duran back. I know what you're gonna say as well. I know I keep bloody delaying videos. I've just got a lot of stuff going on. I know Christmas and New Year's has passed, but I've got something going on that I need to keep on top of. And after that's finished, I can start doing videos more consistently. So yeah, welcome back. I hope you're being okay. I hope you're feeling good today. It's a bit crappy weather today. It's pouring down with rain. It's bloody freezing, you know. So make the best of what you can in this crappy situation. But yeah, hope you're having a good day. I wanted this specific video to be about schools because I wanted to make this video for quite a while, but I'm trying to figure out how I can actually make it. So yeah, we're gonna try and do a video about schools and see how that goes. So yeah, schools for me were great. You know, they were fun. I was the popular kid in school, of course. You know, getting all the ladies' attention. You know, just being a bit of a class clown in class, and that is a complete lie. That's not what I was like in school at all. That's the complete contradiction. I was the weirdest, quietest, most antisocial person in school you could possibly imagine. And nothing sums that better than high school. Everyone loves high school. If you're a cool kid in high school, you're probably working at bloody 9-to-5 Starbucks job right now. So, good job. So yeah, for those who don't know, and for those who, why wouldn't you know, high school is like, if you're American and you're watching this, it's not like your version of high school, or at least I don't think it is. It's like, we have nursery, then we have primary school, then we have middle school, high school, college, and then university. I don't know what you guys have. You guys have like high school, but then you also have like junior high school. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's middle school. I don't know. I don't want to do research because frankly I don't really care. Yeah, I'm going to talk about high school and a little bit, I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about high school, college, and university. So high school is that fun little time in everyone's life where you are going through puberty and experiencing your new emotions, your new feelings in a very strange environment. Think about it this way. You've just been taken on from middle school. It's a fun period in your life, you know. You made new friends, you made new social experiences, and you had a laugh on the way. Then you're dumped into high school, where GCSEs are a thing. You have to think about your grades. You get people saying if you don't do this, you're gonna be a washed up loser. I actually remember the first time I got introduced to my head teacher. I don't care about saying his name. His name is Mr. Livesey. His name was Mr. Livesey. He's not dead, but I'm just saying, you know, that was his name. And the first thing he said was in an assembly where he had all the parents meeting each other. And it kind of went something like this. Hello, my name is Mr. Livesey. And welcome to this high school. We hope you had a pleasant journey here. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And thank you for coming on such short notice. Now, I wanted to give a little assembly about what is to be expected by the standards of this school. I understand you come from middle school. I understand. Had a pleasant time at middle school. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. But I'm here to tell you now, the standards are quite high at a high school. You know, you've got grades, you've got standards, you've got class, you know? So, I want to talk a little bit about ambition, you know? Ambition's quite good to have, you know? It's very good. So, I'm going to give a little example of ambition. So, you there. What's your name, little science man?
My name's Dylan.
Right?
No, Dylan.
Dylan. My mistake, so sorry. Nice to meet you, Dylan. Tell me, how old are you?
I just turned 11, sir.
You just turned 11. Oh, very congratulations. It's a good age. Now, tell me, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A
what?
I'm trying a paleontologist.
Paleontologist. Ooh, that's very prestigious of you. Not many people have that interest in, was it prehistory? Is it? Well, let me just tell you, Dylan, something that your mother should have told you quite a long time ago. How do I put this delicately? You're not going to be a paleontologist. You're not. You're not ever going to be a paleontologist. No one's going to be what they want to be when they grow up. You want to be a princess when you grow up. You're not. You're going to be a cashier at McDonald's, serving 9 to 5, fat buggers with their greasy stomachs, their fat, oversized guts, their 5-piece chicken nugget meals. You're going to be a cashier at TK Maxx, serving hand-me-down shirts to hipsters and poor people. And you, what's your name again? Dylan, you are not going to be a paleontologist. You are going to be a Starbucks worker, making minimum wage with people you don't even like. So, just to summarise, young children of the generation, you're not going to be what you want to be when you grow up, so stop acting like you will. Thank you very much, especially paleontology over there, you little shit. And welcome to high school. So yeah, he was a very inspiring head teacher, to say the least. And that kind of just put me in the wrong impression of him. The fact that he was like saying, oh, you're not gonna be what you want to be when you grow up. Imagine coming from like a middle school, like when you're thinking, I'm just gonna be a paleontologist when I grow up. Like that's what I wanted to be when I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be a paleontologist. If you don't know what that is, it's like someone who discovers fossils. Goes around the world and discovers fossils of like ancient and prehistoric animals. I really wanted to do that. I loved it. Like, you know those toys that it was like this little clay thing, and you had this little pickaxe and hammer and brush, and you picked it up and you had this little glow in the dark skeleton. Oh, I love that so much. It was so much fun. But no, plus I love dinosaurs, so you know, win-win, bro. But the fact that he kept saying, oh, you're not gonna be what you want to be when you grow up, I was like, okay, I guess I'll just work at Starbucks then. But yeah, that was a bit soul-crushing. Then we go over to get out my way. And then we actually go on to the socializing of high school. Now, when you're in high school, I believe there are what is called hierarchies, which makes no sense. That you have like the big football and sports players, you know, those are like high-ranking people on top because everyone's like, oh, I want to be as strong and as popular as them. Then you got like the drama kids. They're like second tier because half of them also do sports as well. I remember in my high school, there used to be this thing we called the shelter. And what it was basically this thing near the drama block. And it was like this little fenced-in area where all the drama kids and sports kids hung out. And I actually remember I was just eating my lunch outside there, minding my own business, and this guy from the shelter came in. And this guy from the shelter came into me when I was having my lunch, and it was like, bro, are you alright? Like, do you like wanna sit with us, bro? And I'm just sitting there like, no, thank you. I'm just having my pizza in peace. I'm fine. Nah, but like, bro, you look like bare sad, you know, like you sitting there by yourself, and it makes us feel bad because you look bare lonely, bruv. Like, sit with us, bruv. You're bare welcome to us. Not gonna lie, bruv. We'll treat you right. No, I'm okay. I don't want that, bruv. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't sit with us right now, bruv, I'm gonna knock you out, bruv. I swear to God. He didn't say that, but it felt like he did. So I was like obliged to go there. But they didn't really make me feel very welcome. Not really, no. They kind of just put me in there and just left me. So what's the point of actually putting me with you guys if you're not even going to talk to me? Why? What do you gain out of that? Does that make you feel better, does it? Make you feel like a big man thing? Nah, that's just rude. I remember one of them, he was an absolute wanker. I'm sorry to say. This is not for children. I don't like children, to be honest. Like, if you're a child watching this, please go away. There was this one guy called, funny enough, Arslan. Which, by the way, why is that a name? Why are you gonna name your child with arse in their name? And it was a fitting name because he was a massive arse. What he used to do, when I actually did used to speak to the people under the shelter, he used to wait until I was talking to them. I had like loosely laced shoes, and he used to just slowly and carefully untie my shoes and then take them. He just used to take my shoes for no reason, and used to take my bag as well. And I remember I was chasing him, and he dropped my bag when I was chasing him, and I tripped over, and everyone just started laughing. That was not very nice. That's a high school memory. Oh my God, that's not even the most embarrassing thing about that, because my cousin went to that school like 2 years below me. And she's like, guys, leave him alone. You're being so mean to him. Dylan, are you okay? And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, can you please just go away? The last thing I need is you here. I get it. You're trying to like make me feel better, but you're not. I'm actually going to say a little message for those people who are in high school that think they're cool. You're not. You're not. There's no such thing as being cool in high school. There really isn't. I know everyone says, oh my God, I was like so poppin' in high school. I got all the mates. I got all the girls. What do you do now? Oh, man's unemployed, you know. I'm getting that free, tax-free money from the government. You get me, bro? Well, congratulations. You're a freeloader. Well done. But that's high school. But college was quite fun. I went to college. To do my art degree because that's the only thing I was really good at. College was actually quite fun. That's where I actually met my other best friends. But I forgot to mention. I mentioned in my previous video how I met Baz in my high school. I'm still mates with him today. I actually hung out with him today. Not today. I actually hung out with him yesterday to do something really cool. We went to Camden and I had an absolute laugh. But that's not the subject of this video. It's schools. I went to college to do my art and design degree because that's the only thing I was ever good at, like I said. That's where I met my other good close friend. Her name was Mia. I met Mia. She was Lebanese and she was crazy. She was absolutely crazy. She was a massive fan of like that Ladybird cartoon, and she was a massive fan of violence. She loved violence, like anything to do with violence. She loved horror movies. She just loved she loved like the Dexter. She loves all that sort of disturbing. She wasn't a goth, but she might as well have been. She loved all that sort of dark and creepy stuff. And to other people that kind of freaked them out, but to me I found it quite interesting. I found it hilarious. And we became friends. But college is actually where I started taking my studies a bit seriously, because in my high school, when I was doing my art, I was mainly tracing things, which I'm very ashamed to admit. If I just look in my art book, like I had in high school, it's just mainly just tracings of dinosaurs. The only reason I have a higher level in art in high school, like I do now, because I was just tracing stuff, and it wasn't legit. So I started using more reference when I was in college, and it worked out the better. I got higher grades, you know, I'd taken it a bit more seriously. I was covering subjects that was actually a bit more, you know, adult, you know, not like that. Like, I was doing subjects on, like, the treatment of crocodiles in the leather trade. In college, I was quite misguided because I did a project on layers in one of the terms. It was like this big sculpture of like a snake in a city and surrounded by buildings and eating a dog, which which is quite disturbing. But that got me the highest grade I've ever got. I got a distinction, and I was so gassed about that. I was so like, yes, I finally did something with my life. That was quite a good achievement. But then I kind of misinterpreted that good achievement by saying, okay, so if I just do what I did then I can get a high achievement. But which is not really the case. You just have to do much research to get to that grade. It's not just about creating a sculpture. So I did the same thing for my next subject, which is my final major project, and I only got a merit, and I was so disappointed. I know it's still a merit. It's still really good, but I really wanted a distinction. Like, even my teachers like saying, "Hey Dylan, this is a distinction. This is a merit. You're just there. You're halfway. Just halfway there." And I was trying everything I could to get that distinction, but I just couldn't do it. Oh, so that's why I'm talking about uni. Because in uni, I redid that project, but I made an animation. I did a animation about the leather trade and the crocodiles. I mentioned a brand which I don't like, which is quite serious, because I don't want to get sued. But funny enough, when I made that animation, Amani had a bag. I found out she had a bag that was made of crocodile skin and made by this company, and I went livid. I was like, where did you get that? And she was just like, yeah, it was a gift from Paps. So I don't know what's the problem. It's like, do you know what that is? No, what was it? It's like, it's a bloody crocodile you're wearing. University is where I took it way more seriously. Like, in the first year, I was like messing around. I was drawing dinosaurs left, right, and center, and that didn't get me the grades. I was having fun, but I wasn't getting good grades. So second year, I took it a lot more seriously. I was making books about crocodiles, but not just about crocodiles. I was doing about sequencing. I was doing about tessellation. If you know what that means, congratulations, have a celebration. But guys got bars, you know. And I got a decent grade at the end. I graduated with a 2-1. But I was so close to getting a first. I was like, because I made a project about social awkwardness, because, you know, I'm very socially awkward. And I want to just kind of project that and sort of acknowledge that in that animation by telling other people's embarrassing stories. Because everyone has social awkwardness. If you say you don't have social awkwardness, you're lying to yourself, because everyone does. It's nothing to be ashamed of, it's just a fact you need to acknowledge and accept. Because everyone has social awkwardness. Like, if someone, you know, coughs and you think it's a sneeze, you say bless you, and they say, oh, sorry, it's just a cough. And it's like, okay. It's like, that's like what's wrong with my hair? That's like a standard social awkwardness story. I might actually release that video of that animation that I did on my YouTube platform. You're more than welcome to see it. It nearly got me a first, so have a look at it. It's quite nice. Okay. University taught me a lot about taking education more seriously and taking my art more seriously. I was using a lot more references. I was researching better. I was using more inspiration. The way of like doing things properly was, you know. So I'm just looking at the tank. That was a project I was doing about what's that book? The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It's a really good book. It's like this book about like this kid with Asperger's syndrome. And he's like, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but it's a really good book. And I had to read it and like different little thumbnails of what I was going to do and create a proper picture. And I think that was really, really cool. I love doing that project. What did I learn from my experiences in education? Well, high school, I learned never trust a man with "us" in the name, because he'll probably steal your shoes. Be careful who you befriend in college, because they might turn out to be a serial killer. Make sure to do well in university, because you never know if and when you'll need it in your life. And in my life, I'm not really using my illustration degree. I'm working at a cafe. I've been working there for about a year and a half. I still do illustration work. I could put a link in my Instagram if you want to see. You don't have to, but you can have a look, follow if you want. I don't judge. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. I think it's been going on long enough. Oh my god, it's been, yeah, it's been going on quite a long time. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a nice time, especially with the crappy weather outside. But you know, can't control that. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm not going to take my hat off. It's an absolute nightmare under there. Like, you want to see? Look at that. It's... Jesus Christ. It's like a thick bamboo forest on my head. Jesus Christ. This sourdough has gone... Oh!